A land of dreams, golden opportunities, perfect weather, and a place where millionaires are for decades. California has been the ultimate symbol of American ambition. It's a place so wealthy that it has to healthy. It would have the fourth largest economy in the entire world. And yet, this is the very same state where a terrifying logical paradox is now unfolding. Despite being home to more billionaires than any other state, California also has one of the highest poverty rates in the country, with nearly 19% of its residents struggling to make ends meet. It has the highest homelessness rate in the nation. It is an economic anomaly, a place of immense wealth and stagnancy, all existing in the same broken system. And the logical paradox goes even deeper. The conventional wisdom blames on a political ideology, on a single set of policies. But the truth is far more complex and far more chilling. This isn't just a political problem, it's a systemic one. It's the result of an accumulation of laws and regulations built for a different time that have together created a trap that is slowly consuming the state's middle class. To truly understand this crisis, we look at how a system designed to protect its people became so tainted that it now seems to do the opposite. To truly understand this economic trap, we have to start where it all begins: housing. The cost of a home in California is an almost incomprehensible barrier. As of early 2025, the median home price in California was approximately $910,000, which is more than double the national median price. In tech hubs like San Jose, that number skyrockets to around 1.5 million. This is not a matter of pure desire. It's a matter of logic. When you have a massive population and a massive supply problem, prices will inevitably become detached from reality. A study in 2023 estimated that the state would need to build 3.5 million new homes to keep up with demand. Now that we are in 2025, it's clear that's not going to happen. The state has fallen far short of its goals, building less than 20% of what was needed. The real horror, however, is not a simple supply and demand issue. It's a systemic, self-inflicted wound. California is plagued by the "not in my backyard," an MBA mentality, particularly in its most desirable, wealthy communities. These groups, often older and politically connected, repeatedly use their power to block new housing developments, citing fears about traffic or a change in neighborhood character. The laws are on their side. A fascinating and terrifying fact is that 82% of residential land in California is zoned exclusively homes, which effectively bans the more affordable, denser housing options that a growth population needs. This anti-growth mindset is baked into California's most powerful laws. Proposition 13, passed in 1978, caps property tax increases for homeowners. While this is a huge benefit for long-time residents, it creates a powerful disincentive for cities to approve new housing. New homes won't generate enough property tax revenue to cover the rising cost of city services, making them a net financial drain over time. It is a logical paradox. A law meant to protect homeowners is now strangling the very housing supply the state needs. California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, a law designed to protect ecosystems that is now a weapon of legal opposition. Nearly 50,000 housing units were challenged this way in a single year, often by opponents who have little to do with the environment and everything to do with stopping growth in their communities. The impact of this housing trap is a genuine financial horror story. More than half of California's renters are now rent-burdened, meaning they spend over 30% of their income on housing. In a city like San Francisco, where the average rent is over $300-400, wrenching portion of a day. When rent alone eats up half of your income, there is little to no room for savings, stability, or emergencies. This is a direct pipeline to the state's soaring homelessness rate, as even a minor setback like a medical pill or a layoff can push a person into a spiral of financial ruin. But you should be absolutely horrified at what we are about to say next, because the housing crisis is just one layer of this trap. What if the very laws and policies assigned to protect the average worker and consumer are now just making their lives more expensive, while the wealthy easily find ways to get around them? The paradox of living in California is that the middle class is caught in a financial cage from which there is no escape. Consider the cost of transportation. California has some of the highest gas prices in the country, thanks to a combination of taxes and unique refining standards designed to improve air quality. For most residents, driving is a necessity, not an option. You pay a premium for a clean air policy that a majority of the population cannot escape. Then there's the paradox of wages. The state is home to some of the highest paid workers in the country, but it also has a $20 an hour minimum wage for fast food workers. While this is a victory for labor, it also at the cost of everything, from a cup of coffee to a car repair, becomes more expensive. For small businesses, it's often a matter of survival, and for consumers, it's just a constant drain on their wallet. And it is this same paradox that is built into the state's tax structure. California has the highest income tax rate in the country at 13.3% for its top earners. But for the average middle-class resident, the return on that investment can feel distant at best. High sales taxes on everything they buy, steep taxes on their income, and yet find themselves in a too much to qualify for the very benefits these taxes are supposed to provide. but too little to commonly afford private alternatives. They are financially suffocated, trapped in a wealthy state that provides them with very little in return. And the final and most chilling part of this investigation is the horrifying realization that the system works perfectly for the ultra-wealthy. The very laws and regulations that a small business or a new resident must painstakingly navigate can often be sidestepped or even weaponized by those with enough capital. For instance, the wealthy often derive their income from stocks, private equity, and other sources that are not taxed at as traditional wages. So, while the middle class struggles to pay the highest income taxes, the top 1% can find loopholes and tax shelters that are inaccessible to everyone else. The systems meant to protect the worker and consumer have become so tangled and complex that they only serve those with the resources to navigate them. It is a system that was built upon of opportunity, but has evolved into a financial labyrinth for any innocent already at the top. The solution is not simple. This is not a problem that a single policy or a single election can fix. It is the result of decades of well-intentioned but flawed laws that have created an economic machine that is no longer serving the people it was designed to protect. It's a classic logical paradox. A system that was built to do good has, through its own complexity and unintended consequences, become a primary cause of suffering. We have only just scratched the surface of this chilling investigation. If you are new here and you love diving into the logical mysteries of our world and unraveling the complex topics that affect us all, then you've come to the right place. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to join the Odd World Files for more logical deconstructions of our strange reality.